Next is Brothers in Arms Hell's Highway. I actually really liked, I forget what it was, a Road to Hill 30, I think it was. I played Brothers in Arms, that one. And I had a lot of fun. It's one of those kind of games where you can't, it's impossible to make sure that everyone stays alive throughout the end. You're going to lose a lot of men, and it really gives a pretty realistic feeling of what a war's like. Um, so it's nice and realistic, and it's a fun game, but I can't even say I really shouldn't say anything bad about it. It's a good game. Will I do a let's play on it? Maybe. Um, yeah, it's possible. It's possible. I mean, it's a good game. I can't say it's a bad one. I mean, well, the previous Brothers in Arms is a good game. This one probably is too. Civilization 4 Colonization. Kind of feel that the Civilization games really started not going down well, either changing from the formula that works in the games Civilization 2 and Alpha Centauri. There were a lot of really cool things about Civilization 3 and 4, but I just didn't enjoy them as much as the second one and Alpha Centauri. Anybody that has played Alpha Centauri probably is celebrating, like, yeah, he mentioned Alpha Centauri. Command and Conquer 3, another one that I'd probably play. Real-time strategy, wasn't thrilled with the first Command and Conquers, but I've had very limited amount of RTS lately, and I need my RTS fix. Counter-Strike Source, I think that should be renamed to Cheater Strike Source. I have been so stained or grossed out by the original Counter-Strike from the original Half-Life that I just see evil when I read that. Elder Scrolls 4, quite possibly one of the best role-playing games out there, except they totally screwed up the leveling system. If you want to be powerful in Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion, you have to pick proficiencies of skills you won't use, like the ones you don't want. That way, your skills can increase and your level does not, because everything scales compared to your level. So, I don't like the fact that they reward you for, like, grinding skills inside of a town. It's just annoying. Flat Out Ultimate Carnage. It sounds kind of like Carmageddon. Little interested. Am I interested enough to actually go out and get it or play it and whatnot? No, probably not. Half-Life 2, the Orange Box. I don't even know if this is different than just Half-Life 2 and then Half-Life 2 Episode 1, Half-Life 2 Episode 2, Portal, Counter-Strike Source, and all the other little packages. I think the Orange Box is probably just a compilation of all those. Could be wrong. Also, the Gmod. Gmod looks pretty cool, but King's Bounty. I actually don't know much about that. Oh, I totally misspelled bounty. Wow. You need an N right there. Bounty. Okay. The Legend. Yeah, I'll check it out. I don't know much about it. Medal of Honor Airborne. Oh, do I hate flight simulators. The only flight simulator I like is Space Flight Simulator with, hey, guess what? Role-playing aspect. Like Privateer, Freelancer, Dark Star 1, Privateer 2. That's about it. All the other ones, not so great. If you're talking about, like, Descent Free Space 2, a lot of those flight games, they're just mission to mission. You don't really get the feeling that you're working on your ship and upgrading it. Of course, well, the Privateer and Dark Star 1 and the other one could have done a lot better, but it had some of it, so that made it good. Mercenaries 2 World in Flames. I think this is if I remember right, it's the game where you just go around destroying buildings and just destroy stuff. If you watch the Tobin 00, in other words, NoobTube, they kind of talked about the fact that it's not one of those games that really calls out to you until you're playing co-op and you're like trying to accomplish things together. I think I could have fun with it if I was co-oping, but without it, no. Microsoft Flight Simulator X, I actually bought that game for my cousin because he wanted to be a pilot, and he was like, oh my god, man, this simulator is so much easier than the real thing. If it was only this easy. So, I mean, I don't really like flight simulators, so I just bought it for him. I didn't want it for myself. I think it was his birthday or something. Need for Speed Carbon, that game, I can't help it. I think that they screwed up on that game. Most Wanted and Most Wanted Black Edition were awesome. Carbon, they had a lot of good things in it, and the execution just kind of failed. If you want specifics on that, I don't have them right now. But going along to Pro Street, they totally turned it around. Actually, if I only had one complaint about Pro Street, is that it's a bit too long, and that is not much of a criticism. It's a really great game. I love the customizability. The one thing I kind of am disappointed where they don't really differentiate between the levels of like the engine and the suspension. You can pick one of 3 different brands, and it doesn't matter at all. It makes no effect to your vehicle. Maybe it changes the sound. I don't know. You tell me if I'm wrong. Oh, also Pro Street. The one thing that kind of bugs me is you can customize your car how it performs after you've put on all the parts, and it's so complicated. And I'm not very car literate, and you can kind of play the game without doing that, but it's just I'm so bad at it. So I just get depressed and I stop playing after a while. Neverwinter Nights is kind of fun. I don't like the fact that when you play this as a single player game, the first time I played through it, I got a mage as my main character. I just kind of randomly picked which class I'd be, and I wanted to be a mage. So I went with a mage, and that really worked out really well. And I got like most of the way, well, halfway through the game. And I was like, well, this is fun, but I'd also like to create another game where I'm a warrior. I wanted to make kind of like Oriental Katana Warrior sort of thing. So I went back and I created that character and started playing through the game. Found out that some people could disagree with me. I might not remember it too well, but come to find out, it takes forever before you can get a mage in your party. And the entire time that you go without a mage is like claws on the chalkboard. It's just like, oh my god, I need a mage. Why don't I have a mage? So it really seems like if you want to play Neverwinter Nights 2 single player, roll a mage, and consider that the only class you can pick for your main character. That's how I think. You can, well, of course, play through the whole game, but it just doesn't seem as... Your team doesn't seem very cohesive without a mage. Race Driver Grid. That just seems kind of like one of those like realistic NASCAR sort of things. I'm not that interested in that sort of thing, but I could be wrong. It could be good. Let me know if it's better than what I think. Stalker Clear Sky, love the game, absolutely love it. I'm going to be doing more Let's Play on it. StarCraft Brood Wars, can you believe it's still on the list of top games? I love the game, but it's really old, and I've played every single little tiny component of that game. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Vegas 2. I actually have that game. It came with my video card, and it was free, and I could play it anytime I wanted, and good lord, do I hate Tom Clancy games. I feel like a single bullet shooting me in my chest or my head when I've got some body armor that kills me is so realistic, it's not fun anymore. It's like being a pathetic player in a paintball gun tournament. You just get knocked out right away, and that's that. So, I mean, I've gone through Raven Shield, for example, like almost all the way through the game. It was I think it was either on normal or easy difficulty. But so it's not that it's impossible for me. I just didn't enjoy the fact that I kept having to redo levels over and over and over again because I got one bullet right in the wrong spot and got killed. Unreal Tournament 3, I absolutely loved Unreal Tournament 1. But does that mean that I want Unreal Tournament 3? Is Unreal Tournament 3 that much better? If I was still playing Unreal Tournament, I would instead want to play Unreal Tournament 3, but I'm not really playing Unreal Tournament right now, so I'm just not feeling it for Unreal Tournament 3. Tell me if Unreal Tournament 3 is so much better than the rest. World in Conflict, is that another RTS? I don't even remember. I don't remember what that is, so it's not... I can't comment on it. So, anyway, so those are the games that are currently out, and that's kind of why I'm still working on the games I am, and waiting for more games to come on. As you can see in my wish list, or my to-be Let's Played on my channel info. Alright, hope you enjoyed this little test. Talk to you guys another time.